Welcome back to Self-Aware Soul. I'm Jacinta Yang, your host. In our first episode, My Healing Journey, I've shared my story and what led me to start Jacinta Healing Arts. We talked about the challenges, the moments that changed me, and the holistic practices that helped along the way. Today we are focusing on mindfulness. It's all about being in the present moment with an open mind and heart. We'll dive into how mindfulness can bring more clarity, peace, and joy to your lives. Whether you're new to this practice or have been practicing for a while, this episode is for you. So let's get started and see how practicing mindfulness can really make a difference. First off, what is mindfulness? It's simply paying full attention to the present moment without judging it. It's about being fully engaged in whatever you're doing, whether it's eating, walking, talking, or just simply plain breathing. For me, mindfulness became essential during my health struggles and personal growth. I found that being mindful of my words and aware of others' feelings improved my relationships. This practice is also a key part of how I support my clients. Let's try a simple mindful exercise. Breathing together. So sit comfortably. Close your eyes if you want and take a deep breath in. Find a comfortable seat. Close your eyes and soften your gaze. Take a few deep breaths in. Feel the breath in your inhale and exhale. Take a few deep breaths to settle in. Feel the breath as you inhale and exhale. Focus on your breath without changing it. Notice whether you feel it in your nose, chest, or belly. Count your breath silently. Inhale, count 1. And exhale. 2. Then start all over again. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath and the counting. Notice any thoughts or feelings without judging them, and return your focus to your breath. Do this for a few minutes and gradually practice longer as you get more comfortable. Finish deep breath and notice how you feel. Before we wrap up, I want to recommend a book that's been really impactful for me, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It's all about living in the present moment and has deepened my mindfulness practice. Here are some of the few resources. Headspace app offers guided meditation and mindfulness exercises. Calm app provides meditation sessions, sleep stories, and breathing exercises. Mindful.org, a website full of articles and practices on mindfulness and meditation. And these are great starting points, whether you're new to meditation, mindfulness, or looking to go deeper. I'd like to share a story about mindfulness, how I practice mindfulness. I practice mindfulness in how I speak with others, especially when I know someone is going through emotional turmoil, or even when somebody is asking me for advice. I'm mindful of the words I choose. I try to understand where a person is at that moment, how they're feeling, and I choose my word carefully. I'm being mindful of the words I'm choosing so that I can help them. And there are also situations where we feel hurt by someone that we know or we care about, and at times people may find it very difficult to share this because they don't want to hurt the other person by letting them know their action and words have been hurtful. We can be honest. We can be honest with our thoughts and our feelings without really being hurtful. And that's where mindfulness comes in. Mindful of the moment, mindful of what words we are going to choose to share to convey what we really want to say without being critical, without being hurtful, or without sounding like a victim. Being mindful helps us to relay or deliver what we want to say in a very effective way, a way that a person is going to be open to receive, and perhaps they can do something to adjust their behavior. And also in our daily lives, we have so many things on the go. Our plates at times always full. And at times you may even feel overwhelmed. So rather than allowing yourself to feel overwhelmed, the best thing to do is go into this mindfulness mode. Be present, be in the moment, and look at all the different projects that you have on hand. And they all need to be done. But if we are mindful on how we carry out these projects, and at the same time making sure we do not burn ourselves out by trying to complete every task that you have on hand. Make it easier for yourself. Be mindful of what you can or cannot do, whether mentally or physically. I know I do this myself. I practice mindfulness when I have multiple tasks at hand, and it may seem so overwhelming. I will look at my task. There are 3 tasks. They all need to be done. So I will pick up one task and start it and get started. And I'll be kind to myself when I physically feel that I had enough. I will stop, even though the job that I was working on is not complete. I'll be kind to myself and say, I need to look after my body, and I will stop here and I will pick it up after a break. So I take a break. If something that I've been doing that's physical, I take a physical break. And that break can either be just relaxing, or that break can be productive break, as I would do tasks that will need and require some mental focus. I work on that. And when I feel I had enough of that, I'll stop so that I don't overexert my brain and find that if I carry on more, I could end up making mistakes. So I'd rather just stop and take a break and then get back to the tasks that requires physical activity. So I may shift from task to task, giving myself break from a physical task to a mental task, and then take a break from mental task to physical task. And it won't feel like I forced myself to finish a job because of the breaks I take. I was actually able to complete all the tasks without feeling overwhelmed, without feeling mentally exhausted or physically exhausted. That's being mindful of how I am doing what I'm doing. At the same time, making sure I take care of my physical and mental well-being. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Mindfulness. Remember that practice can really change our lives by keeping up with being present in the moment and staying connected. Stay tuned to our next episode where we'll explore the ancient art of healing energy. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Until next time, love and light. Thank you.